In this video, I'm going to share with you how elite coaches, therapists, healers, trainers optimize their subconscious mind so that they can operate at that elite level. If you're here, you probably know me as Dom the Hypnotist. I currently run a multiple seven-figure hypnosis one-on-one business, as well as a multiple seven-figure hypnosis training business where we actually train and certify people in hypnosis. And I've gone from solopreneur, not knowing much about this at all, to scaling to doing multiple seven figures in these two different businesses and doing it in a very short amount of time. So I understand what are the roadblocks, the bottlenecks that keep people stuck at these different levels, and how to actually optimize those systems internally so that you can rapidly go to the next level. In addition to that, we've helped thousands and thousands of clients just like you dive into their internal operating system and optimize so they can scale their businesses and go to the next level. So let's dive into how elite performers, specifically coaches and trainers, optimize themselves to operate at that elite level. So first and foremost is you have to train your identity before behavior. Okay, so what does this mean? Well, often as we're starting to scale, we're learning new strategies and techniques and things like this. And we think that it's a skill, which it is, there is a skill there, except that if your identity, your belief systems don't align with whatever it is you're doing, whether it's delegating, bringing people on, scaling, doing trainings, whatever, you are going to get a limited amount of return on that actual work and the behavior. And again, I'm not saying to not work, you're gonna do the work. It's just we've got to train your identity. We got to dive into the subconscious mind to figure out, to clear the way to figure out what's holding you back. So let me give you an example. This is something that we do in all of our events. As a matter of fact, I have an event coming up here in a couple weeks, live here in Vegas. We have 300-400 people coming out. And one of the things I train people on is I say, listen, if you had two cars and they were going to drive down let's say a straight road, they were going to race, right? Maybe let's call it a 1 mile drive, okay? And on the left-hand side, you have a Lamborghini, brand new. On the right-hand side, you have a 1988 Toyota Corolla. Okay, it runs fine. Now, if we were to shoot the thing for people to go, who's gonna win the race? And obviously the initial answer is gonna be the Lamborghini, which is true, except it depends. It depends on what's on the track, okay? Because if the Camry has a completely clear track, there's no roadblocks, there's no bumps, there's no cracks along the way, and the Lamborghini does, well, guess who's gonna win that race now? It's gonna be the Toyota Camry. So what I find is often people have the Lamborghini and they think that I need to soup up my Lamborghini, I need to push harder, I need to press the gas, which is true at some point, but they don't realize there's all these roadblocks. So what ends up happening is they're doing it a lot of effort, but they're getting stuck and they're out of alignment. So the fastest way to help that person actually grow and get to the end is not by souping up the car. First and foremost, we have to train the identity, remove the barriers subconsciously, and then add and soup up the car, and then increase horsepower. And then when you do that, you combine both, that's how you get people to the next level. Now, one of the ways you can do this is by going inside and asking yourself, what are the beliefs that are subconsciously keeping you stuck and holding you back? And then start to train and rewire and reframe those beliefs so that they are in alignment with who you are and that they actually serve you. Number two is you have to make expansion feel safe. Okay, so what does this mean? Well, often when we're expanding to new levels of success, initially our subconscious mind is going to start to associate it with negativity, right? And what happens is, and what I've seen and I've experienced for myself, as you start to grow and scale, we think to ourselves, oh no, well, if I'm scaling, more people are going to know about me. And if more people know about me, then there's more of an opportunity to get ridiculed, right? Or you ever heard more money, more problems, right? Or even people being afraid that, hey, as I grow, I'm gonna lose people and I'm gonna be isolated. So these are all things that make expansion not feel safe. So one of the ways that we can actually make expansion feel safe is look for examples in our lives or even in the outside world, whether it's people we know, it's people online, to basically in the contrary, right? So if you think, hey, success is gonna be lonely, find people that are successful that have amazing relationships, that have lots of friends, that have lots of, that are connected. If you think that, oh, well, if I expand and I grow, I'm gonna be attacked, Look for people who are expanded that people love. And listen, at the end of the day, whether you're small or you're big, there's always gonna be people that judge you, whether it be good or bad. So at the end of the day, it's not gonna matter. You might as well expand and grow, and because people are gonna judge you at a small level anyways, right? So these are examples of reframes to make the expansion feel safe. And not more money, more problems. It's thinking, hey, the more money I make, the more of an impact I can have, the better quality relationships I can have, the better services I can provide to my clients. This is why we provide a very specific type of session for a very specific type of person, because we want to be able to provide the utmost possible white glove experience for our clients. And we can't do that unless we charge a certain amount, right? If we're trying to be the best, lowest price in town and be cheap, then we're not gonna be able to provide a high service for our clients, right? So these are all reframes, right? For those of you coaches and trainers and therapists out there who may struggle with raising your prices, you're struggling with feeling the guilt or like you're gonna lose people, these are all reframes that are gonna help you, okay? Number 3 is eliminating internal conflict, okay? So if you ever feel like, hey, part of me feels like I wanna raise my prices, part of me doesn't. Well, we got to look at how do we integrate those two parts internally on a subconscious level so that you can move forward. Because as long as there's internal conflict, it's essentially like having your foot on the gas and having your foot on the brake, okay? You're just not gonna go anywhere. So until you release that conflict, you're just gonna stay stuck. So first and foremost is identifying your internal conflicts, what those are, and then going through a process of getting the subconscious mind on board to realize that those two parts are actually not separate, they're actually a part of one whole thing. And once you collapse and release that internal conflict, that's how you're able to move forward. By the way, for those of you who are coaches, therapists, trainers, you're in the one-to-one or one-to-many space and you help people with transformational work, psychologists, if you want to get a better picture of what may be going on inside, what beliefs you are having that are holding you back from moving forward, my team and I are putting together a free assessment for those who qualify down in the description, where we're gonna do a deeper dive to figure out what are the beliefs that are holding you back and how we can help you remove them to get to that next level. So if that's you, click the link down in the description and book your free assessment now. Okay, number 4 is you have to optimize your internal representation of success. So similar to making expansion feel safe, except this is a process of getting clear on what it actually means, right? What is success to you? And it's not always money, because I can tell you, you could be making a whole bunch of money, but if you have no time, you're burnt out and you're all alone, that to me is not success. So by sitting down and really writing out and designing your life of how you want it to be moving forward is gonna really allow you to start to optimize that internal representation. And even on a further note, this is something we do with our clients using NLP and hypnosis, is not just like writing it out, but also getting those clear images in your mind of what that is, whether it's a mind movie or actual pictures. Because when you do that, what happens is your subconscious mind feels compelled to take action towards that vision. So it's kind of like this, right? Have you ever been watching TV or your phone or something and a commercial comes on and it's an ice cream commercial or maybe a pizza commercial or something like this? And the commercial is so beautiful, it's dialed in, right? It's like they got the sounds and the music and the lighting is good and the pizza is just glistening and the cheese and the person that's biting it, And then all of a sudden, a day or two later, or even right then and there, you find yourself getting the pizza, okay? I know I've had, hit the like button if you've ever had that happen before. I better see, however many video views this has up to this point, I better see that many likes, because I know we've all experienced that. Well, here's the thing, why does this work? It's because what the company did through the commercial is they optimize an internal representation, right? They got clear, gave you a clear picture, they added sounds and the feelings, which made you almost become compelled, like, man, I can't help it, I gotta have it. Well, when you do that same thing with your goals and your vision, that's how you'll operate in the sense of going towards your goals and your vision, right? When you can give it that feeling like the commercial does to us, it becomes very, very easy to optimize for success. Okay, number 5, installing automatic performance states. In other words, anchors, okay? We all have anchors in our lives, whether it's you're driving down the road and you smell that In-N-Out and that anchors you to want to go eat, Or when you wake up in the morning, you see your dirty room and you immediately go, oh, I can't believe it, right? Or when you get in your car and it's pristine and it's clean and it makes you feel comfortable, gives you that vibe. Well, these are all anchors that are creating states. Now, what happens is most people have unconscious anchors, meaning they're not aware of what they are, and they're operating sort of in this state of reaction based off these anchors, right? Music can be an anchor. There's a lot of things that can be anchors. So if you're having negative anchors, again, every time you listen to music that has sad music or a low frequency, it's gonna put you in that state, right? So identifying what the negative anchors are, removing those, and then also, and again, installing the positive anchors and reinforcing those positive states. And by doing this, you're able to consistently stay at that high level so that you can operate and hit those next levels of optimization for success. So guys, if this helped you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you are a coach, a therapist, a healer, a trainer, and you want to be able to optimize your internal operating system so that you can hit those higher levels of success, and you may even want to learn this as a skill for yourself, there's going to be a link down in the description for you to book the free assessment with my team. We're going to do a deeper dive to see what are some of these things that are holding you back from getting to the next level and how we can help you remove them and optimize your subconscious mind so that you can create massive, massive success in your business and all areas of life. So click the link below, book your free assessment now.